guys, how's it going? Stoutman coming back at you once again, and as usual, I've picked up some Blu-rays. I couldn't help myself. The price was too good. Some of these are, sort of questionable for me because they're like not movies I love, but movies that I've seen before and that every now and then I think about and I'm like, I remember that scene. I remember this. I'll see something in a movie and be like, this reminds me of that scene from this movie, And that'll be one of those movies that it's like, it's not something I really loved from back in the day, but it's something that I enjoyed. So one of those movies that I got, one of the movies that I got today was like that. And then the other two were just some great newish comedies. One of them being like a proper, Hollywood style comedy, and the other one being an independent comedy that I've talked about before. So let's just talk about from the very beginning here, the one that I mean, for the price, I'm not going to complain. I got all these for $5.99 off of a deal from Sony Pictures Entertainment. They have like a website or something like that, and they had a deal where they had a bunch of titles on sale for $5.99, free shipping, all that good stuff. So the only problem was that the way that their website works, so the amount of people that they have on staff there, it took a good week or so before the order actually went through, and then it took like another week until I actually got the items in question. Sadly, they no longer have that deal going right now. It ended on the 18th, I believe, and I got my order on like the 17th or 16th or something like that. What is today? The 24th. So, no, it was like the 15th. I got mine in on the 15th. But anyway, it's been a while since it since it died, the special deal. But for $5.99, these are titles, all of which I had seen going for between like $8 and $15 online. So I couldn't say no. I had to say yes, because it's like, well, these are all titles that I have yet to find for a decent price, and this is a decent price. And plus, they're not Warner Brother movies, because I'm snubbing Warner Brothers. And don't forget that, because I'm not going to let myself forget it. Anyways, Sony title, Matilda. That's right, Matilda. This is the one that people are going to be like, why did you get Matilda, dude? Why Matilda? Well, I remember this movie from back in the day, back when I was a kid. I believe it was one of those movies that we didn't ask for from the Columbia House. Remember the Columbia House home video thing where you get like 10 VHS for free or whatever? Maybe it was like 6 or something like that, and then after that you have to get like 2 or 3 more of their videos of the month or something for like $30 or $40 at pop or something like that. Matilda was one of those that we ended up paying out the nose for. And honestly, I haven't, since we had it and I saw it quite a bit, I didn't hate it, right? It was like at least a 6 out of 10 for me, maybe a 6.5, something around there. But, there were issues with it. There were things that I didn't really like about it that much, and there were things about it that were just, not very solid. It's not the best movie ever. It's not the best family movie ever. It's not the best comedy ever. But it is somewhat of a dark comedy. And so, like, the reason that I picked it up was because I had all these memories of all the disturbing stuff that happens in this movie. And honestly, there is a lot of fucking disturbing shit that takes place in this movie. From her parents being just the worst parents ever, to her principal being a goddamn nightmare who would go to prison nowadays, to the scene where they have this kid eating what amounts to like 20,000 calorie cake all by himself in front of the fucking school as punishment for something that he did wrong. Essentially just like emotionally scarring the kid by shaming him publicly and also forcing him to eat so much food that he could literally fucking just, with so much sugar and so much food in his stomach and stuff, he could fucking kill himself trying to eat the whole goddamn thing. When you actually think about what's going on in those scenes, it makes it all the more disturbing, because when you're a kid, you don't understand. When you're a kid watching this, you're like, you don't know about that kind of stuff, the medical side of all that. But when you actually think about it as an adult, it's just like, Jesus, that's sick and twisted. That is fucked up. So when I look back on it, and I'm like, there are a lot of like mystical kind of elements to this movie too, with her being such like a studious young lady who gets really into reading books and starts going to the library on her own and all that stuff. I mean, there are some really crazy things that happen in this movie that are both interesting and creepy. So based on that fact alone, that it's one of those memorable but maybe for all the wrong reasons kind of movies, I said for $5.99 I'm gonna get it. So there you go. That's my justification, and I'm sticking with it. Next up, the Hollywood movie, the super Hollywood-esque movie that I picked up, is a sequel to a movie that I already have in my collection. And that would be 21 Jump Street. Yes, I finally picked up, or not 21, 22 Jump Street. I finally picked up 22 Jump Street. I have 21 Jump Street over there. Now I have 22 Jump Street to go with it. You damn skippy. The thing about this is, it's if you like 21 Jump Street and the irreverent kind of comedy and just the fucking all-out weird fucking nonsensical bullshit and like the kind of crazy kind of humor to it. God, I can't think of the fucking term that I'm trying to think of to define what this is. It's very postmodern, I'll say. And it's absolutely fucking hilarious. It doesn't take itself serious at all. It makes fun of the fact that it's just a sequel to the 21 Jump Street, and in all the right ways, in all the ways that just make it absolutely hilarious, to the point where honestly I felt like this was even funnier and more entertaining than the original movie. So yeah, you're damn right, I've been trying to get this one for a decent price, and $5.99 is that fucking price point, man. So now I have this, and I have the original movie, so I have the whole kit and caboodle. Got it all. Got it all, baby. This has a bunch of special features too, so that's nice. But anyways, that is the Hollywood comedy that I picked up. Now for the independent comedy. And as I mentioned, I've talked about this before. I talked about it during a Netflix Picks series that I did. I'm going to get back to the Netflix Picks series, by the way. I believe I finally found the box that has my microphone in it, so I won't have to worry about that anymore. But this movie is, I did a Netflix Picks about it, which means you can watch it on Netflix Picks right now. Or you can watch it on Netflix right now. But I liked it so much after seeing it on Netflix that, shock and awe studios out there, if you're listening, I watched it on Netflix, the digital streaming service, and then I went out and bought the fucking movie. From your very own store, I might add. So, yeah. I will treat you right if you treat me right. That's the only point to that story I will give. But, yes, in a world... That's right. It's the movie all about voice actors. It stars Nick Offerman, guy who plays Ron Swanson in Parks and Recreation. Parks and Recreation. Thank you, brain. Recreation? What the fuck is that? But yes, it's a fun hilarious movie, and it's got a message, right? And honestly, it's a very poignant message for right now, when all this discussion is happening regarding racism and sexism in the film industry and whatnot. Most of the discussion is centered around the Oscars and the Academies and whatnot, but uh, I'm with. I'll just say that I'm with Don Cheadle on this one. I am with Spike Lee on this one. The problem is not the Academies. That is the symptom of the problem. The problem exists more. The majority of the problem comes from the studios. It comes from the film industry as a whole. And this movie, in very many ways, discusses how and why that's a huge fucking problem. In the modern setting, too. So you get to see a modern look at what it's like in that industry. So, you know, if you've ever wanted the modern look and a modern take on that to understand a little bit better about how some things don't change in Hollywood, particularly the whole boys club aspect of it, then this is the movie that you want to see. And it makes fun of it in such a beautiful, hilarious way with such fantastic writing that, you know, even if you don't necessarily like fully agree, you're still going to chuckle at a few of the more hilarious moments in this movie because they're just so outrageously hilarious. So, yeah, Lake Bell did a fantastic job in this. She directed it, she starred in it, and it was just a fantastic movie. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, was able to get this for $5.99, so damn good deal. Matilda, In a World, and 21 Jump Street. All three for $5.99, coming to a total of $18. Well, $17.97, but who's counting? When you get a good deal, doesn't matter. Anywho, as I put them over there, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.